Good evening. This is Stan Matthews, along with Lisa Thompson in the Matthews broadcast on this Monday, the 26th of June. We're inching very, very close to that July 4th holiday that everybody is looking forward to. And so we want to welcome you to the upliftment, enrichment, and certainly into the empowerment broadcast on this magnificent, miraculous Monday. Girl power is in effect this evening because the only testosterone in the room right now is the person whose voice you're hearing. So the people who are in control of the world, because I heard somewhere girls run the world. So we are joined in studio by two awesome guests. We want to thank you first and foremost for being the greatest audience in all of the streaming broadcast land. We are happy to be here again this month, upcoming, and certainly on this day. And so we have three goals in this broadcast: 1, upliftment; 2, empowerment; 3, enrichment. That is all we do here. Our focus is on the light. Our focus is on the right. Our focus is just making those things happen that make the world a better place, and to connect you with people who do the same. Before getting started, I want to make sure that we, as we do in all of our broadcasts, say thank you to those who make it possible for this broadcast to happen, our super sponsors. And for those of you who watch this program, you'll be familiar with these names, but I want you to make their phones ring. I want you to make their places of business crowded with your presence and ensure that their businesses are continuously being blessed by your presence. So first and foremost, I want to say that if you want to take your sales even higher and your advertising even higher, call Trey and Daniel at Billboards for Hire. Billboards for Hire are those companies that owns a company that owns those digital trucks with the 20-inch digital screens on the side. You see them at political events, you see them at sporting events, you see them at entertainment events like Summer Jam and Circle of Sisters over the Jacob Javits. They are everywhere. So if you want to take your sales and marketing even higher, call Trey and Daniel at Billboards for Hire. Billboards for Hire can be reached at 917-756-0043. Secondly, nothing says I love you like flowers. You've tried the rest, now try the best. A Rose's Petals. Carolyn and Nathaniel Joe. They have been in the floral business for more than 20 years at 472 Broadway in Patterson, and you can reach them at 973-742-5333. Mr. G's Restaurant, where good friends meet, greet, and eat. Mr. G's Restaurant is at 455 East 18th Street in the Silk City of Patterson. Russell Grady, my great friend, who's been in business for 54 years. He is the Dean of African American Entrepreneurs in the state of New Jersey. We just love him to death, and we want you to continue to make Mr. Grady, or Mr. G as he's lovingly called, even more successful than he already is. Mr. G's can be reached if you want to order ahead at 973-782-4020. 973-782-4020. Thirdly, for advice and planning that's always great, call Smith Gilmore Real Estate. That is Violet Smith Gilmore. Violet is at 1258 Teaneck Road in Teaneck, New Jersey. So if you are buying, if you are selling, or if you want your real estate managed by a first-class management team, call Smith Gilmore Real Estate at 201-723-4203. Funding Magnet. Funding Magnet is a company that provides working capital for small businesses from $5,000 to $25,000 in less than 90 days. And so Anthony Hibbert, the owner of Funding Magnet, wants to fund your plans so you can live your dreams. You can reach Funding Magnet at 973-357-3698. 973-357-3698. The mortgage you need for the home you want is at Citizens Mortgage. Citizens Mortgage has more than 30 years of excellence and experience call my great friend Marichelle Alvarez at 201-398-0800, 201-398-0800. Dorson Home Care, a breath of fresh air for caregivers everywhere. I think one of my guests knows something about Dorson. Dorson provides the best home care anywhere at 2 conveniently located offices in Essex and Union County, one at 395 Pleasant Valley Way and one on Chestnut Street in Roselle. You can call them at 973-672-7691. Miss Sonia Scott, Dr. Winston Scott, Miss Suzette Delgado, and all of the staff at Dorson Home Care. They provide the best home care anywhere. Want to get the max? Call Optimum Tax and Financial Services. They are 5-star rated online and Better Business Bureau certified. You can call them at 908-352-1040, 908-352-1040, 500 Rahway Avenue in Elizabeth. That is Ivan Maxey, his brother Tony Maxey, his daughters Taj Maxey, and his office manager Sterling. They are all waiting to serve all of your financial services. If you're a small business, if you're an individual, if you have to be represented before the IRS, call Optimum Tax and Financial Services. Juness Global, redefining youth with revolutionary products and life-changing opportunities. They are the skincare company. They provide skincare and other products to make you ladies look even more beautiful. You can reach them at www.glow.gloww.juness, JEUNESSE, global.com. Redefining youth with revolutionary products and life-changing opportunities. We're going to be giving out Juness samples beginning next week. That is the sponsors that make this broadcast happen. We are happy to have them. We feel fortunate and blessed to have their financial support, and so we ask you, our audience, if you would make sure that you are doing business with them. First and foremost, there are 3 principles of this broadcast. The first is empowerment, to which we say, remember, you are a kingdom builder and a world changer, but nothing changes until you use those unique gifts that God gave you, and you to change this world. Those gifts are not your own. They are to be shared with humanity. So as in the book of Jeremiah, our Creator says through the prophet, that I knew you before you were in your mother's womb, and I have plans for you to prosper you and give you a wonderful end. So you are born a kingdom builder, right? For those of us who are Christians, the Lord's Prayer says, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, where? On this earth as it is in heaven. So again, in the Lord's Prayer, we believe you were born a kingdom builder to make the kingdom real here on this earth. And so that should be sufficient to tell you, you come on this planet with great power, Aisha. Great power, Michelle. Great power, Lisa. Second principle, upliftment. Our poet laureate herself, Maya Angelou, said, people may forget what you said. They may forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. So we remind you, your candle loses nothing when it lights another. Your candle loses nothing when it lights another. So we all make mistakes, but the question is, what is the feeling that people have when you're in their presence? What is the feeling you leave people with, you greet people with? So when they think of Lisa, when they think of Aisha, when they think of Michelle, how do they feel? So at this time, in this country, in this nation, in this world, that's so toxic, made so negative by people at the highest levels of government and business, including the current occupant of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, right? We have to work hard to keep a positive feeling, because there's some folk who don't mind spraying a little negativity everywhere. So we have to always be vigilant. Martin Luther King said, the only way that evil can prosper is when good people do nothing. Right? So because I'm in a room with great people, I know the pushback is already happening. So, so we're going to continue to uplift each other by how we make them feel. Finally, enrichment. This broadcast is dedicated to the idea of we are an insanely wealthy people. According to the statistics of the U.S. Department of Labor and Commerce, last year in America had the purchasing power of $19.4 trillion, the nation. What the shout is for us is that black and brown hands spend about 4.1 trillion of that. We are insanely wealthy. If you were to take that income and put it in the context of the global economy, we would be the 7th richest nation on this earth. In the state of New Jersey, $437 billion spent by New Jerseyans last year. Of that number, 137 billion by black and brown hands in this state. So we stand against the thought, the lie, right, that we in our communities, in urban communities in this state, are not fabulously wealthy. We stand firmly against that. We need to behave in alignment with wealth. We were born wealthy and powerful and handsome and beautiful, and so we can't let anyone put that idea out there and have us standing next to that. Oh, wait a minute. We may not do all the right things with our wealth, but we are exceedingly wealthy because, as God told Moses, tell them I am sent you. What is I am? I am is an affirmation that whatever there is, that's who I am. Tell them that I am sent you. So when you say I am wealthy, you take on your whole physicality changes, your whole spirituality, your whole mind changes. And if you say I am poor, you take on that energy as well. So we're not going to allow each other to take on the lie that we don't have all that we need economically. So we're going to work together, build together. Ujamaa, cooperative economics is what we need. And so that is the 3 principles on which this broadcast stands. Empowerment, you are a kingdom builder. Upliftment, make people feel that they are kings and they're queens when you're in their presence. And enrichment, money can't solve all of our problems, but money can solve our money problem. So we are exceedingly wealthy people, and we are here to let the world know that we have everything that we need to be a blessing to each other and a blessing to this country. So with that said, to set the atmosphere right, I want to let Lisa share some questions so that our audience can be a blessing to you and so that you can be a blessing to them. We have with us Miss Aisha Barkley of the Barkley Group, who is a multi-talented lady who's trying to just make up her mind which of the gifts God gave her she's going to use in what direction, and another multi-talented lady who's going to do the same, and her name is Miss Michelle. Pronounce your last name for me. Tingland. All right. Michelle has a foundation that she supports back in her native Jamaica that's doing some awesome things. If you looked at my Facebook page or you looked at my LinkedIn post, you see that Michelle financially supports bands, marching bands that Jamaica is famous for back home to make sure they have uniforms, which is something many of us take for granted, but those young people truly appreciate. And so I'm going to pass it off to Miss Lisa so she can share your talents and your gifts with the audience.
All right, Michelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you feeling tonight?
I'm excited.
Good, very good. So why don't you tell us again, what is the name of your business?
The name of my foundation is the Sweetwater Blossom Foundation, It is named after my grandmother. Her name was Miss Blossom, and she was born in a place called Sweetwater in St. James in the hills of Jamaica.
Nice.
It is a foundation that's multi-pronged. We focus on 5 different things: music and the arts, social services and mentorship, education and scholarship, lifestyle and etiquette. And we also do, I'm sorry, a train of thought.
Take your time, take your time.
Another aspect of it. But the whole goal is to have a holistic approach to health in the communities, regardless of where you are. Because health is not only physical health, you have mental health,
That's right.
you have social health. So with this foundation, we could actually create a holistic youth by providing them with different resources to ensure that we have quality outcomes.
Okay, well, that all sounds absolutely beautiful. What is the unique value of your business or your
The only
organization?
value is the holistic approach to health, because our children are at risk. I am able to engage with young ladies who are being sexually trafficked in Jamaica.
Wow.
So from January through March, I was there for 3 months, just traveling, teaching CPR in the communities. I was able to go into these group homes and teach CPR to the young ladies who are 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, who have young babies, who were raped or they were being sold on the street. And I'm also able to go into crime-riddled areas or areas that need parenting. And I'll have parenting classes just to bridge the gap between the parents and the youngsters. So at the end of the day, these individuals are able to get clarity
And direction.
because they all have different needs. It might be a marching band need where the marching band director is able to instill discipline and give them a sort of structure. Through social services and mentorship, we could have parenting classes, we bridge the gap. Through lifestyle and etiquette training, these individuals are able to be comfortable sitting in the presence of kings and queens, because they are going to be invited to different dinners and events, and I do not want them to shy away. So through education and scholarship, in August, we'll be having a STEM program, a mobile STEM program, going into the hills of Jamaica.
Wow.
I'm bringing 2 scientists from the U.S. to actually do minor experiments with these kids to stimulate them, because they all have a gift. And just like with your mission, vision, values here, our foundation is built on the premise that your gift will make room for you.
It
That's
always
right.
will.
So we tap into their gifts, we tap into their possibilities. And starting in January, we launched the CPR Jamaica campaign. And when you think of CPR, you think of breathing life into something. And that was as a result of many individuals and like young athletes having cardiac arrest on the field in Jamaica. It was all over the social media. So as a master's prepared nurse educator, as a family nurse practitioner, I decided to take my show on the road and go to Jamaica for 6 weeks and teach CPR in the community. And while I was there, I was able to do the basic assessment in the different avenues. I was able to plan, I was able to implement, and able to evaluate. And then when I'm back in the United States, I'm like, okay, a lot of work has to be done. But where do I start? Because there's just so many things to do. The good thing about the CPR Jamaica campaign, which is under the foundation, is that it's not just a typical CPR to think about. It's just breathing life into at-risk communities through music and the arts. So we're using music and the arts in the avenue, through social services and mentorship, through lifestyle and etiquette training, through medical missions.
Wow.
So they're different, it's multi-pronged, but it appeals to any level, any community, because an at-risk community does not have to be one that's riddled with crime.
That's right.
It could be a community in the hills that's not able to get in the regular resources. So I'm able to apply to any community at any level, regardless if it's Jamaica or the U.S. And I'm not new to nonprofit, because many will ask the question, why are you doing it in Jamaica? Why not in New Jersey? I've already accomplished that goal. I co-manage a dance company in Irvington since 1999, and the results are there. They're now counselors in colleges. They're now lawyers and doctors.
Awesome.
So the results are there. And, you know, if you ask the question, who's the best individual who will actually say, what Michelle is doing is a good job. I would say ask the students,
Oh, okay.
ask the children in the
That
community.
sounds really good. So who is a great referral for you?
My marching band kids.
Okay.
They're the best referrals for me because they're actually out there in the community. They're in music videos.
Mm-hmm.
The Cambridge Marching Band that I adopted last August, they're featured in the Brown Sugar music video called Caribbean People. The Trelawney All-Star Marching Band I sponsored in March. They have been hired by one of the ports, the Royal Caribbean ports, the subports in Jamaica, where they could actually earn income.
Okay. Well, that sounds very exciting. I know my audience is going to definitely want to support what you're doing. I am blown away. I'm so amazed. And I'm proud to know you. What would you like to offer our audience in return for their support?
I would like to offer free CPR classes.
Life-saving classes.
I am a trained CPR instructor through the American Heart Association.
Okay.
And I would love to come into the communities here to offer my services for free in exchange for their support.
Okay, that would be fantastic. And how do we contact you? What is your cell phone number, website, email?
Okay, so my website is www.sweetwaterblossom.com. I can also be found on Facebook, Sweetwater Blossom Foundation, Facebook. And my number is 973-462-2545. And if you have email access, it's sweetwaterblossom@gmail.com.
Okay, that sounds fantastic. Well, I know they're going to be reaching out to you.
And we're going to make sure.
Yeah. Okay, so let's introduce your organization, your business.
Hello, my name is Aisha Barkley. The business that I'm building is to start a business. It's under the umbrella, the Barkley Brand LLC. And basically, I want to do different events for like youth empowerment. So this is great that like everyone is here and we're talking about empowerment because that's what I'm all about. Like I really love like influencing young people because they're so raw and you can just like instill in them anything. Like they believe like, oh, I can do whatever it is that I want to do at that age, and you want to show them. And with me like traveling, I'm a professional basketball player. I've been playing for 8 years now overseas. I've been to so many different countries. I've had so many opportunities from basketball. So I just want to get the youth into some type of sports because like that's kind of like our avenue right now, and that's my avenue being a professional, and just getting them into different things that will help them be successful in whatever it is that they want to do in their life. So right now I'm building it. So it's an idea, it's a startup, but like I've been doing it my whole life. So I'm just here to kind of like let you guys know like what's coming, because I feel like this is the time now to get into the youth and get them like going with what I was taught when I was young.
This
I feel like
this is called the powerful preview.
Yeah. Like with everything that I was taught when I was young, I feel like we're kind of losing it, and I'm like that bridge. So I want to bring the kids back into it because I feel like that's where we need to start with the youth, not with the adults. Like they know what they're doing and they can choose, but the kids, you have to teach them something. You have to give them something back. So like that's what the Barkley Brand LLC is like going to be when it actually launches. And and that's kind of like me, like my personality. I want to put that in it. And I like to travel, and I like to just be around people and socialize and be like fun, do some fun things, but also bring the business into it and let them know what it takes to be like a professional, just in anything that they want to do.
That is awesome. That is awesome. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Well, we don't have to ask you what is unique because we now know. So I'm just going to go right to it. How do people contact you to get involved with what the Barkley brand is going to do, Aisha?
Well, right now I have my social media, which is I use Barkley. That's like the name everybody calls me. So right now I have Barkley Ballers 00 at Yahoo, and it's all my social media Barkley Baller. You spell it BarkleyBalla 00. You can find me on any social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, anything. You can find me on there, and I'm usually posting different stuff now, just of like what I'm doing, like in my everyday life and different events. I'm trying to do more events because I get so caught up in playing that I don't like support other people in their events. So I'm trying to get more into like how can I say, meeting different people. Like I love people, so like I just want to be around different types of people. So because I know one thing, like when I do the basketball camps, every kid isn't a professional basketball player, but they might be an artist. So like I like to go out and meet artists, and I like to go out and do other things like. I don't know. I can't even think of anything right now. But yeah, and so many things. But yeah, definitely you can find me Aisha Barkley, AYESHABARKLEY. You can find me on any social media right now, and my email is barkleyballer00@yahoo.com.
Well, there is one thing that's exceedingly clear, and for all those of you watching, we talked about Maya Angelou saying, invest in how you make people feel. Now, if you see that infectious smile over there, Aisha's personality says, my energy is joy.
Yeah.
My energy is unconditional love for youth. And Michelle, your energy says the same thing. So I know those young people that you're supporting can't help but be blessed. I know in your health initiative, the people involved can't help but be blessed, because it's overflowing in you, through you, it's coming out. We're going to continue this feeling at the Greek Tavern, which is at 292 Bloomfield Avenue in Montclair. We're going to head down there for the post-broadcast reception. I want the two of you to get to know each other better and also meet some of our strategic partners who are waiting there. I'm almost afraid of what might happen if folks stand in either of your way. It would just be a real problem because when the rocks start rolling downhill, there's no use to stand in their way. It's just kind of time to move. So I think anybody that would encounter either of you would know that they will be blessed and you will not be stopped. And so I thank God for you. I thank you that you spent a little bit of time with Lisa and I this evening. And I know that our audience will make sure that you hear from them. We're going to be sharing this segment with a lot of folk. And so you guys need to just make it up in your mind how you want to respond and how we want to put it together. So we're going to look forward to the future for and with you guys. I am waiting on everything that you guys have in store. I think it's going to be. Well, you've already done it, Michelle. You're just kind of reloading and refiring, and you're making up your mind. So we're happy for both of you in that regard. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
You guys
Thanks for
can head
having
over
me.
to 292 Bloomfield Avenue in Montclair. We have a couple of things that we need to finish up on there, and then we'll join you guys there. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
so
me.
much.
You gotta
Thank
come
you.
back again. We enjoyed you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
so much.
So we'll see you guys down the street. Just turn right into 292. It says Greek Tavern right up top. And for those of you who might be joining us from elsewhere, we'll also be there waiting on you as well. So we look forward to seeing all of you in a little while at the Greek Tavern. We have some thank yous that we want to share with those people who support us in and around the state, in and around the country, and also outside of the country. But we want to also make sure that you know that these young ladies that you just heard from are a force to reckon with. You'll hear from them again, and we're looking forward to them being a blessing. So in terms of our friends, we want to say thank you to those who support us. Mr. Vernon Bradbury, the captain of the Newark Bike Patrol. Miss Allison Skeet of Distinguished Guyanese Women. Mr. Joseph Peterson, congratulations on your retirement. Mr. Vince Jackson in Willingboro. Greg Jones in Willingboro. Herb Martin in Willingboro. Sarah Cepeda as well. We want to say hi to our great friend Shaka Andrews in Miami, Florida, to Ron Pravat and Clements and Charlene St. Clair in Richmond, Virginia, Miss Pinky Andrews in Hampton, Virginia, Harry and Annis Staley in Charleston, South Carolina, Cool Otis Brown in Hotlanta, as well as Tyrone Scotty Howard in Atlanta, Mauricio Pinto in Tampa, Florida, Greg Riley in Falls Church, Virginia, and my sister Harvetta Fax in Columbia, Maryland. To our international audience, Phaedra Andrews in London, England, Audrey Pereira in Trinidad and Tobago, Port of Spain. My friend Anthony Hibbert, our videographer, is in Toronto, Canada, watching us this evening. And Leslie Andrews, who is still in the United States of America, in Honolulu, Hawaii. All of you are very, very important to the Matthews broadcast, and we thank you so much for your contributions. Want to also say this evening that there are two types of people in the world: dreamers and dream killers. Embrace the first and run like heck from the second. We're going to be followed this evening by the one and only Pastor Angelo McCutcheon here on the GEMS TV and radio network. Pastor McCutcheon is coming in with the Faithful Credit Show. And so for myself and the one and only theologian, scholar, student, evangelist Lisa Thompson, we want to say good night and God bless.
Good night.